Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? This is Nitro from the Outerhaven.net, and I'm here with Matt Dahlgren. I'm sorry, executive producer for Street Fighter V?
Brand director for Street Fighter.
Brand director for Street Fighter V. All right, but yeah, we're here at New York Comic-Con 2015, and we got some matches going on in the background. I'm heartbroken because I wasn't able to enter the tournament. There will be others. But thankfully, I got Mr. Dahlgren here to answer some questions for us. So, we revealed Laura on Friday. What can you tell me about her as a character?
So Laura is one of the brand new characters that's joining the Street Fighter franchise. She's from Brazil. She's the first character that we've had that fights using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She also uses electricity as well. We put this character in the game because our Brazilian fans are so passionate about Street Fighter. We wanted to have a character that's a very strong figure that they can really look up to and really embrace. And we announced the character down at Brazil Game Show. They absolutely loved her, and I think she's turned out really great. So I think she's a really great new addition to the franchise.
Most definitely. I agree. I had a chance to play with her, and she's definitely fun. I was expecting, with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was expecting kind of more of a command grab kind of character, but she seems more like she has kind of hits into command grabs.
Yeah. So she's a very unique grappler in the fact that she's the first grappler that we've had that has a projectile. She also has very, very good movement options. She does have command throws, but she also has pretty good attacks as well. So she's kind of like a footsie grappler, where she does have some attacks. She has some attacks that will link into throws. She can poke a little bit, but she's about moving in really quickly, using that projectile and trying to still score her command grabs.
Yeah, she reminds me of Blue Mary from King of Fighters. If you know about that character.
I trust your judgment.
Maybe not. Okay, I saw her super, and what's with the rolling around on the screen? Was that supposed to be some sort of ode to Blanca, or what's going on with that?
It could be. I never had that conversation with the dev team directly. I think there are kind of similarities between Laura and Blanca, but I think that's just a minor point on an overall character. I think the character itself represents the region very well.
All right, that's interesting. All right, moving on to the character you announced previously, which, the Laura leaks kind of stole the spotlight of. I don't know if I should mention that to you.
No,
but yeah, Zangief, who you revealed at, I think that was Russian?
Igramir.
All right,
Russian event.
Big Russian event. All right, I actually had a few questions about him right now. He's missing his vanishing flat, it looks like.
Yep.
What is, kind of the reasoning behind that? That's one of his staple moves.
So, well, every character that's put into the game needs to be reimagined. We don't want them to just play like their predecessor exactly. Geef, his design is more about kind of being a wall that just encroaches upon you, and he's kind of an unstoppable force. So his V skill allows him to absorb attacks. It essentially can work as a parry if you do it really quickly. That's one way he can kind of get an advantage. His V-trigger also helps close the distance as well. When he activates his V-trigger, he can spin around and he can actually suck his opponent in as kind of a vortex. So that can set up different command grabs, or if you just hold it down, it'll spin and it'll actually work as an attack. So with those new elements, the ability to use your V-skill and your V-trigger, didn't feel like he needed the green hand to be able to get in like he did before. And I've been getting bopped by some pretty good Geef players. They seem to be figuring him out. So I think he's going to have a pretty cool play style when all is said and done.
All right, so if you are looking for a green hand to return, sorry, I probably had bad news for you. The other thing about it, his critical art looks so extremely jarring. It's almost hard to tell what was going on because it was just like a suplex, and then it almost looks like a different camera angle and another suplex. Was that done purposely? Are you still working on that, or is that what we should expect to see in the final build?
So anything in the game can change. The product is still in development, and the team is constantly working on iterating upon it. The concept behind that, they've had a lot of fun this time around trying to pin characters into the ground. So he's supposed to suplex them, and then he keeps suplexing them further and further into the ground. So if you actually KO someone with it, you'll see it. They're kind of stuck with their head pinned in. That was the concept behind it, so I'm sure it'll stay like that for a while, but anything is possible.
All right, well, moving on to a couple of things just more related to the game. I know the beta has been scheduled for the next phase.
Yeah.
And that's 4 days between, I'm sorry, what were the dates again?
October 22nd through 25th.
All right, so that gives us a good, solid 4 days to play with 6 new characters, right?
Correct.
Could you actually give us the reasoning behind only giving us the 6 or not allowing us to see what the changes were with the previous characters that we were able to play?
So the betas are meant to test the game out itself, and it's more strategy for us to be able to refine our online infrastructure. It's also, this is the first time in Street Fighter history that people have had this much hands-on time with the game pre-launch. So we want to give you a taste. We want to make sure that you can experience everything the game that has to offer, but it's still not out yet. This isn't just a demo phase. It's actually there to put work in. So we wanted to mix things up. Last time around, you got to see the core roster we had from E3. This time around, you're going to be able to see the characters that have been announced since then. If you participate in all the different betas, you're going to be able to get your hands on characters at different times. It'll be mixed up. So that's basically, it was just our decision.
See. All right. Well, I personally appreciate being able to play with Karen. I've been waiting for her for a long time and was asking Seth Killian about her 4 years ago or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous. But I actually had I've been hearing some concerns from PC players because I'm also a PC player as well as a PS4 player. So it doesn't affect me too much. But they only is it right that they only get 2 days with the beta?
That is true. So the big technical hurdle for this beta this time around is testing cross-platform play. So we want to start off, make sure that the new features that we implemented into the PS4 version work well. Then halfway through, we're then going to start tackling cross-platform play. So yeah, the PC players do get half the time. There will be future opportunities, so we will have more beta opportunities to come. They will be able to get more hands-on time. But that was just how this one played out, and it's for technical reasons. It's mainly we have multiple things to test throughout the 4 days.
Right. So for now, sorry PC players, but then they can't expect to get more beta time.
Correct. Not from closed beta 2.
All right. All right. So moving on to, I'm glad you guys are here in New York Comic Con. Out at the East Coast, and I know that we haven't really gotten many opportunities to get our hands on Street Fighter V. I know that you guys have sponsored NEC, which is a week after the big finals for Capcom Cup. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. I was wondering if there's possibly any more opportunities for Capcom to come out and maybe give us some more hands-on time with the game, or
undetermined at this point. We do try to do our best. I would say most of it is whenever the game comes out, it's got to be one of us that takes us out there. So it's usually either myself, Nidell, or Peter that are doing the traveling. We try to go to as many as we can, but we've had a pretty busy schedule. So, we do love the East Coast. We want to give you guys opportunities. It is easier for us to do things on the West Coast when it is in your backyard, and there seems to have just been a lot of events there this year. But I don't have anything to confirm, but we are trying to do our best to spread it around and give as many regions time to play Street Fighter V before the game comes out.
Do we have a release date nailed down, or can you still only give us a time frame?
Still just spring 2016. The dev cycle is not complete on the game yet, so we need to actually get to a point where we're very confident before we reveal a specific release date. But it will definitely come out in spring 2016, and everything is on schedule. So,
all right, looking forward to those next 2 character reveals. Is there anything you can tell us about when we might expect to be able to hear more?
So I've said multiple times, the way we handled our roster, 16 playable characters to start. 8 of them are classic characters. 4 of them are ones you haven't really seen in a while that have been reimagined, and then 4 are brand new. So in terms of the characters still have to come, there's still 1 classic character, there's still 1 brand new character. You're going to have to wait the coming months to find out who those are.
Could you possibly clarify by what exactly you mean as classic characters? Because a lot of people
give it away entirely. We've given a lot of hints, and people that are in the know have been able to follow, and they're pretty smart. But want to keep some mystery around the final reveal.
Right. I was hearing that characters you would expect to see in a Street Fighter game.
Yeah. So you pretty much know what the classic characters are. There's mainstays in the series that are pretty much always present.
That's not limited to Street Fighter 2, is it?
Not necessarily.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's hoping for Sakura personally, but that's just me. Let us know what you would like, who you would like to see in the comments, and Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap?
That'll do it. Get hyped for our beta. It's right around the corner. If you want access, pre-order on GameStop, Amazon, Best Buy, or the PlayStation Store. And other than that, also get hyped for Capcom Cup. It's coming up December 6th. Big collaboration with Sony. We're going to be at PlayStation Experience this year. Check out Capcom Pro Tour for more details. This December is the first time a fighting player is going to walk away with a 6-figure paycheck from a single win. And we're just getting started. We're going to get bigger and better from here. So.
Sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Well, maybe later on down the line, I'll be able to ask you about more fight money and your unlocking things details on that. But I know you guys haven't nailed that down yet. So I guess that'll do it from now. This has been Nitro from the Outerhaven.net, and thank you very much for your time, Mr. Dahlgren.
Thank you.
Peace out. See y'all later.